Hey guys, welcome to DevOps School. In this video tutorial, we are going to learn about Jira. Jira is one of the most common tools these days for handling software projects. Originally, Jira was designed as a bug and issue tracker, but today Jira has evolved into a powerful work management tool for all kinds of use cases, from requirements and test case management to agile software development. After going through this session, I promise you that the concept and understanding of the Jira will be absolutely clear to you. But before we begin, let me inform you few things about us. DevOps School is one of the leading platforms which offers DevOps, cloud and containers technology training and certification programs for freshers and established professionals who wish to update and consolidate their skills in the dynamic IT scenario. We ensure that the training solutions are delivered by highly experienced domain experts with practical working experience in various verticals. You can join our all training programs globally through online platforms, and if you're looking for classroom workshop, then we have regular batches available in Hyderabad and Bangalore. Check out the dates and enroll with us for our upcoming batches. For more info, link and contact details are mentioned in the description below.
So today I'm going to talk about the Jira. Okay. So we say Jira is a bug tracking tool. Is it? Yes, it is a bug tracking tool. Okay, let me save this notes for everyone. Notes Jira online weekend October 2017. Okay, so we say Jira is a bug tracking tool, and it is so. So we do the bug management through the Jira. We also say Jira is a issue tracking tool. Okay, so we manage the issues and stuff like that. We do also manage the tasks, project management tasks. So task tracking tool. Okay. We also manage the project execution, software executions through Jira. And then most importantly nowadays we are also using for the agile development or Kanban process or Scrum. So those guys who has practiced the Scrum, Agile or Kanban, they know what I'm talking about. So basically this tool is very useful. You can use for the bug tracking, you can use for the issues tracking, you can use for the task tracking, you can manage the software project, not only software project, basically you can manage any projects actually, any project executions and all. And then agile development, Kanban and Scrum. And then top of it, this tool also can be used as a service desk. Okay, so we have lots of good use cases for it. So yes, why we use it? We use it for all this reason. But what exactly the Jira? So basically, it is from Atlassian. This is a company which is based headquartered based out in Australia. So this company has developed this tool, and this is one of the most popular product what they have developed. They do have many other products also. Something like bamboo, fisheye, Coverity. So so many tools are there. Coverity is, I think, that Bitbucket is one of the most popular tool actually. Okay, from that lesson. So this company has developed this tool, and then they have a. This is a paid software. This is a commercial proprietary one. You have to pay for that, but it's a paid but not costly. That's the beauty about it. That's the reason every organization has implementation in terms of Jira. They want to bug tracking, issue tracking, task tracking, project management, agile development, Kanban, Scrum, service desk, anything, whatever they have it, they use the Jira. And no doubt is a market leader. Vast majority of the software project has been occupied with these tools. So yes, so it is a from Atlassian, it is a paid, it's not costly, and also developed using Java. So this tool has been developed using Java. So now if you know that Java is a platform independent. That means if any tools which has been developed using Java, that can be run anywhere. So you can run Jira on Windows, you can run on Linux, you can run on Mac. So basically anywhere, any version of operating system you can run. So this is all about the little bit of the introduction of the Jira. And now you understand that why you need Jira. So important things nowadays, many things in the project we do, we need a tracking. So every time when I say here bug tracking, issue tracking, task tracking and all, so tracking, like who's doing, what is doing, and how's the status of the task, how the status the of the task, and then impact. All this is very much important for the any project executions. Every project, every task, every feature development, every issues has to be tracked, has to be assigned, has to be followed, has to be bring to the closer state, and that is important, and this tool will help you to get it done all this stuff. Okay, so this is like a more or less of little bit of introduction. Probably you know that what is a bug, you know what is the issues, you know what is a task, you know what is a project in software component, and you know the agile development also. You know the service desk like the person, like you must be having a phone, right? Airtel or Vodafone or anything as such. You raise a ticket, or you raise a complaint and then get assigned to someone. So this kind of service desk things also you can create using Jira. So this is all about the Jira. And now next question is how to install it. Okay, as I said, Jira is developed using Java, So of course you need a JRE. Okay, JRE 1.8 plus. Okay, but sometime JDK also we can use it in the development environment, because JDK has a JRE plus JDK. So whatever you like to use it. So you have to install JRE, and ways to install the Jira is there's so many. So I'll take you to the portals, and then I'll show you the different sort of packaging like EXEs, RPMs, tarball, and so many form packaging, bin directory, and we'll try it out some of those. Okay, so now I'm going to need one machine, so let's get it. So I'm going to get one EC2 instance. Red Hat Linux. I'll go for the 4 GB RAM. That's sufficient for that this demo. 30 GB hard disk. Okay, so now machine is almost ready. I'm waiting for the IP address to come up. Yes, so we got this IP address, and this is our IP address. IP address. Okay, so now I'm going to log in using putty. SSH keys already I have generated, so I can use the same. And let me make this screen a little bit more visible for everyone. Hope this should be fine. And
Yeah, perfect.
it's logged into the account. Okay, so now I've logged into my machine. So as you said, as I said, like we have to install GRE or GDK. So let's get started. The complete Java installation guide. Complete. And one more thing, you should also come to devoscourse.com tutorials. Look for the Jira.
Rajesh, your voice is little bit breaking.
Why is it? Is it audible now without any issues?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, okay.
I just changed the Wi-Fi connection. Okay, so you should also come to the devoschools.com tutorial Jira, and you can see this installations and configuration documents is here. You can send me an email if you want some books actually. PDFs, all the PDFs are here. HTML reference are here. You have a notes which is here. Okay, quiz sections is already in this place. You have a quiz here. So all these materials you have it. You can refer it post the training, but not now. Uh, uh, what we are doing, we are installing the Java. So now I'm installing the Java. So I have to relog into this session. ec2-user sudo -s. Okay, and you know that I do every installation in opt directory, so I go to that cd opt, and now I have to download the package which is this one, and I believe this package URL is changed, so no problem. What we are going to do is we are going to get the new URL. So where do we get it? Java JDK 1.8 download. You'll get it on the Oracle website, but it's good to put it on the Google. Google will give us the direct links, so we can grab it. What happened? Can you guys hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
So my Google search is not working. JDK 1.8 download.
Rajesh, one request: if someone is not asking question, can they be on mute? Maybe we feel a background noise.
Yeah, I think yeah. So guys, if you're not asking question, please mute yourself so that way it'll not be a problem. That's bad. Where is that? Where is that? Where is that? Google is not coming at all. Google can be down. It can be down. Okay, Oracle.com. Oracle is coming. Google is not coming. Wonderful. So now I have to see that where is a download. Java. All Java. Okay, where is the GTK 1.8? This is 1.9. This is This is 1.8. Yes, I got it. And I'm still wondering why the Google is not coming. Cool. Okay, so Linux 64-bit. I'm going to download this guy, copy the URL, and replace with this URL. Accept this. Linux 64-bit. And now I'm going to download the Java. So wget is needed. So yum install wget. Yes. And now under the OPT directory, I'm going to download the Jira. Let me tell you, if you look at this, I'm taking this tar ZZ. You can take the RPMs also, which is here. You can take exe also, which is here for the Windows. So depends on this, what you like, you can install it. So now my requirement is done for this, so I don't need anything else. It's around 600 MB files. It's pretty fast, I guess, in terms of download. Okay, so now we got this Java, and now I'm going to extract it. So hyphen get xdf, and now I did it. Here you have a Java. I'll just rename it for the shorter, so that way it's easy for me to set the path and all kind of things. So next you have to set the required variable, because if you install through RPM you don't have to set the variable, because it's copied under the user lib bin or somewhere, user share bin also. But if you're not installing through the RPMs and all, you have to set the Java home and all the stuff like that. So that is important. So here this should be with bin, this should be with Java, and I'm just setting this property. As of now, before setting up the property, if I do Java version, is nothing. Just set it Java home and put it in the bin path. Now Java version, so it's 1.8.0, which is done. So now Java is set. Now we have to get the Jira. So for the Jira, we're going to get it. Jira download. Just you go to the Jira download, and that's bad. It's not working. Atlassian. Let's go to Atlassian website. Okay, I can use the Bing also, right? If that is down, Bing will be working, I guess, right? Bing.com. Yes. So what is this? I'm downloading Jira download. Here it is. So download Jira software, and you can see this, try it for free and for 30 days period, unlimited users. So that means they give you the 30 days trial period, and the superb actually. So you have to see that. So as now it's coming. Let it come. It will ask you the platform and sort of things.
Rajesh, can I speak?
Yeah, please.
Okay. Last night I downloaded I went to the site and they gave me access for a week, free of cost.
That's a cloud Jira. That's not a.
Is it?
That's a cloud Jira. You might have tried it out.
Yeah, but is it the same, right?
Yeah, so it's like
Okay.
this. Jira is a software they you can install. So as of now, I'm installing myself. But
Yeah.
if you don't want to install and get into the sort of problem hiring engineers, you don't have a budget for that. Go for the cloud Jira, where you can use the Jira and they'll take care of the system uptime, infrastructure installation, upgrade, backup, all these things. They will take care of it.
Sure. Thank you.
So still is coming. I put it in the all server version. Let me check. It's loading. Okay, so here it is. So this is not loading, but another page got loaded. So here it is. So download a version, and if you look at this 7.5.1. So as of now, this is the, I believe it's an older version, I guess. Yeah, this is better. So now if you look at this, try it free for 30 days unlimited, and look at this platform. You can download for the OS X, Mac, Linux 32-bit, 64-bit, Tarball, Windows 32, Windows 64-bit, WinArchive. So whatever the way you like it, you can download it. So I am going to try this one, tar.z or zparchive. Both are same. Tar is good for Linux, zip for the good for the Windows. In fact, you can use this two, Windows 32-bit, Windows 64-bit, which you'll get exes. Okay, so you can try it out. If you want RPM files, you can get it from here. But I'm trying this tar ZZ. Okay, others Linux 64-bit also, it should be fine. So let's try, and then click on the download. And I'm not downloading, I'm just faking the download. So if you look at this, it's getting downloaded to some bin file, right? So I just need a link. I don't need to download in Windows because it's going to take huge amount of time. I just need a links. This is the links for the bin file, and I will delete this. Now I will go back, and I just lost this tarball. Click on it, and here if you look at this, I'm copying the link again, Tarball link. So I'm just faking this download. So the main reason is like I want to get the links so I can use the wget or curl to download in the Linux box directly. So now you can see this is the bin file and this is the tarball. If you want to install bin file, then what you have to do after downloading this bin file, you have to run like this. Okay, and everything will be self-explanatory. Now if you want to do the use the tarball, then you know what to do, what you want to do. So anyways, I will show you the both the ways. So let me install this one, and then I'll show you this one. This is a manual way, second one. This is the automated way. So let me try first one through the bin. And it's always recommended to use Linux for the Jira hosting because Jira is a CPU consuming application. It consumes lots of CPU basically. So if you have in Linux, the performance will be much more higher with the same configuration. Okay, so please be mindful of this. So now what I'm doing, I am just downloading here. I go to pt and copy the URL, wget. I just download it. And this is the bin file which you got it. Here it is. Clear. Give the permission chmod 755. Oh, execute permission. Okay. And now you have to put like this. This is the self-service installations in Linux, so you have to don't have to worry about. So that's I'm putting here. Atlassian Jira Software 7.5 da da da. Enter. Now it's unpacking JRE. It has their own package. Now it's asking, this will install Jira software 7.5.1 on your software. OK, O enter, C cancel. I put enter. Now it says, what do you want? You want to install this new Jira installation? You want to go for the custom, default, upgrade? What exactly you want? So I go to the default setting because I don't have any Jira installations like custom recommended for the advanced users or upgrade requirement. So I'll go with the default one. Now it says, where do you want to install the Jira? Of course, because I have location which is I have opted OPT, so I like this place. So OPT, Atlas and Jira, remember this is the place where it will get installed. Copy. And then it says default location for Jira software data. So any data files related to database related things or files or something like that will get stored in this location. Be mindful about it. If you want to change it, you can do so. So here, enter. Now, which port you want to run? So if you see that, configure which port Jira software use. So by default it's 8080, but if you want to change the port, you can put it here. I will go with 8080. Okay, what is this? Jira can be run in the background. So you want to run as a service or not? So if you see that this line, install Jira as a service. If you do not install as a service, then every time you have to manually start, stop, and all stuff like that. So it's good to start as a service. So default is yes. So I'll go with it. Enter.
Your
Now
voice is breaking, Rajesh.
my voice is breaking.
Can you?
Can you hear me now?
Rajesh, can you repeat? We can't hear you.
I
Yeah,
said
it was
is
breaking actually. Can you
it
repeat?
breaking?
Yeah, it's breaking a
Yes.
bit actually.
Just a second. Is it okay now?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so now after the extracting the files, it's saying, okay, start Jira Software 7.5.1 now. Do you want to? Yes, go ahead. Okay, so I lost this console, so I have to start. User. Probably for few seconds this uh, that's got. Okay, so I think Jira is got installed. If you see that installation got completed, please wait few moments while Jira software is configured. Installation of Jira is complete. Just you have to start it. So starting is not done, so I can do start manually also. And for that, now leave it everything as it is. I'll just close this remaining website and now start. Mm, just a second. There's a command for this. Okay. Systemctl status Jira. Okay, I know that Jira is not having the Jira services. This is a different name. So Jira start via command line. There's a service, I guess, in this service. Oh, Google is not working. Jira start via command line. Just a second, guys. Systemctl will not work. because Jira, if you start install through bin, it is a different commands actually. So I'm just trying to find it out. Here it is, this command. So you have to run this command to start and this command to stop. So it says you can't start or stop Jira manually using this command. So this will not work. So let me stop it first. And it says stop. Now I'm going to start it. And now you see this storm get started. So everything seems to be fine. And remember, let me read the process table. Grep ps-ef grep Jira, and now it's running. So this is the way to install through bin folder. Very easy. But now I'll go and browse this website and see if it's working or not. And then we'll talk about the another mode of the installation, which is I like it using the tarball. So port number is 8080, which I installed. And now Jira is up. Now if you install through bin folder, everything is okay because it's a service tool, self-service tool, which is easy to install it. But if you install through the tarball, then you have to be mindful about one information. Okay, and that information I have captured here also. And that information is, excuse me, home directory. This is the home directory. You need to set it up. Okay, so if you install through the tarball, you have to set it the home instruction. All the instructions are here. You can follow this blindly. So in the tarball, what you have to do, download this tarball, extract it, and before starting that file, which is called this file, startjira.sh. Okay, in this tarball you can call this startjira.sh. You have to set the Jira home location. Jira home location has to be set, and that is very much important. Okay, so okay, so now your installation is okay. After that, you are running the services, you get the pages like this. Here you have a set it up for me, or I'll set it up for myself. So if you're expert, you can go for the second options, which is for the production. So you know most of the option what you want, what are the settings you want to need it, and all stuff like that. But as of now, we'll go for the set it up for me. So because we are setting up for the demonstration purpose, evaluation purpose and all, so it's good for us because it will give us the all the option, record option one by one. So now if you see this, continue to my Atlassian. So what is the meaning of it? So here it is asking you, you have to go and create one account on Mat. Not able to hear me?
We are able to hear you.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's okay, right? Okay, so set it up for me. So these options we are going to try it out, but here is the thing. You have to have one account on Atlassian. Okay, because you're going to get the temporary license from there. So it says no, continue to my Atlassian. That means you're going to myatlassian.com, logging into that, require the license for it, and then you can continue. Okay, so that account is needed, and anyone can create account using the email address. Okay, so it's a free, so anyone can get this account. So I have accounts already, and so I'll go and continue to my Atlassian. So click on it. Now it will take to the myatlassian.com. See this here in the URL id.atlassian.com, and my email ID is rajesh@scmgalaxy.com for that Atlassian website. I say okay, continue. If you don't have a user ID, you can go ahead and create it. It's not a problem. And password, I just stored it. I don't remember it. So logged in. Now you will get the license. So right now, if you see that they are it's like automated process where you can generate the license for your Jira installation. So now it's like this. Here, look at this. You have which product license you want. Of course, Jira one. Now it is here is if you read it, Jira software server. This is the one which I wanted. I don't want the Jira software for the data centers related things. Yeah, this is the one. So I just selected. What is our organization name? SCM Galaxy. I just put it, and for anyways for trial, so they don't care too much of. So here it says your stance is up and running and not at install. So if you want to gather the just license, go for this. But I don't want to install just license. I don't want to get just license because my system is up and running already. And this is the server ID. And here we have to click generate license. Now, you look at this in the background. I have generated a license, hell lot of license. October itself, few license. November. How come November? It's not November right now. It's still the source. Okay, something must be there. So you see in the background all these licenses I've got it to trial. So I'll go and it says please confirm that you wish to install the license key on the following server. This server, yes, I'm confirming. Okay. Now the moment you get a license, automatically it's updated. Okay, so you don't have to worry about it. Yes, you can do these activities manually also, but for time being, look at this. You are on your website which you have created, your own Jira installation. So now you have to give your email address. So Rajesh, scmgalaxy.com. This is a admin. This is the admin account. Okay, so you have to give it admin admin123 admin123. So my username is admin, password is admin123, email address is rajesh at the rate of scmgalaxy.com. Next. So my administrator account has been configured. They have configured the database also. Now they're installing and setting up the required plugins for it. Then they will go and create a Jira environment and then finish it off. So it will take around 60 seconds, I guess. Meanwhile, if you have any questions, you can ask me.
Hi, Rajesh. What is this Java core, Java software? Uh, uh, so normally, if you just say Jira software, that should be enough. Is that correct?
Yeah, Jira software is enough.
Okay.
Okay, so my Jira
Is
is
that
ready.
the Jira? For the Jira, after 30 days it will get expired. Do we have to create one more server if we want to practice?
Yeah, so if you want to try 30 days is too much for you. So you just install, look out for all the options and then get rid of it. If you want new installation, just get it new installation just the way I did. So one more thing I would request you, if you are trying every time and you are changing the software, don't install through exes, because if you install through exes, the keys will be updated in the registry entries and you don't know whether you know or not how to clean up and all. So it's avoid to use the exe rather than use the zip file inventory. So that way you can install as many times you want it, try it out. A trial expired, so get rid of it, all sort of things you can do. Yeah. Okay, so now my Jira is ready to go. Let's get started.
think we lost the connection.
So my
Yeah,
Jira
it
is
looks like
loading
that.
right now.
Rajesh, you lost the connection in between. Were you saying something?
Okay, no, nothing lost. I don't know, fluctuating that Wi-Fi for some reason. Okay, so now the moment you click let's get started, you'll get this language selection. What language you wanted. So of course you are looking for the English. Go with it. If you want different language, you can choose the avatar. So this is my setup, personalized setup, administration setup. So if I want to push my avatar like a DP or something, you can push it here. Choose avatar. I don't need it right now. Here. Now this is the kind of templating actually. Here what you want to do, see a project in action. So create and explode a project that's preloaded with the sample data. So if you go with this option, they will create a dummy project with the sample data, but I don't need it right now because we're going to start it from the scratch. So we are going to try create a new project, because everything you do you have to do as a project, and that's a bigger subset of this Jira actually. So anything task management, issue tracking, bug tracking, agile, project management, anything you do that, you do it through the project itself. And here you have one option, import from the another tool. So if you want to import from another tool, you can do that using the CSV file format also. So that is possible using this place also. You can import from the another Jira, you can import from the Bugzilla, you can import from the Mantis. So many tools it supports. Jira supports many tools actually. So you can import it from the other tools also. So for time being, we'll get started with a new project. Create a new project. And now look at this option. Here I want you to focus on what can you do with it. So look at this. First is like a software, and second is like a businesses. In terms of software, you can do the Scrum software development tracking. You can do the Kanban software development tracking. You can do the basic software development tracking, which I'm going to use right now. You can also do the project management. You can do also task management. You can also do the process management. So whatever you like to do that, you can do that. So here if you go for the project management or basic software development, that is more or less, most of the software project is being used until you want to implement and manage the Scrum and stuff like that, or Kanban. So I will go with either basic software development or project management. So let's go with the basic software development. Okay, that's a more popular option which you go with it until there's a specific demand for this. So here I'm going to create a project based on the basic software development. That means track development tasks and
Rajesh, Rajesh, sorry to interrupt you.
yeah, tell me.
Hello,
Yeah.
Rajesh. One thing I just wanted to understand in this DevOps spectrum, if we where does this tool fits in? In the sense, like yesterday we discussed about one more tool, right? Like, do we have Jira before that or after that? I mean, in the spectrum, how does it behaves? Like,
It's basically
I'm not
fits
getting the question.
everywhere. So I just said it, tasks. So in the software project, you have more than 20-30 people. Everyone is assigned with some task. Let's say you as a database administrator, you as a programmer, you as a QA guy, you as a management, you as a lead, you as an architect. Everyone is working on something, right? But the problem is like, how do they track their activities, and how do they interact and update about their status? So you're not going to send out any hell lot of emails like, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, this is the status of this task, this is the status of this issue, this is the status of the new bugs development and all stuff like that. So you're not going to do that. Rather than you're going to use everything here, and you're going to do everything here. So anyone who wants the information, they can get it. In fact, you can manage your task yourself. Yeah.
Uh, do this Jira also gets feed from Sonar Cube or
No.
tools like
Uh,
static analysis or something like that?
Actually, Jira can be integrated to SonarQube. That is possible. So the situation, it can be like this. The moment developers write a code and they push it to the Git. Okay. from the Git, we take the code and then do the code analysis. And suddenly we found out there are 5 critical issues you have it. So what you can do, the moment you can create a integration between the SonarQube and Jira. So the moment you have a critical issues which is published on the SonarQube, automatically it should create a task in Jira and assign to that particular developer. So those are the things that can be done actually.
Okay, thank you.
Um, uh, Rajesh,
Yeah.
I think for this other gentleman also, Scrum will be nice because he'll be able to see DevOps over there.
Right.
The flow over there. You think we can go for Scrum instead of going for Basic if he approves it?
No, we will try Scrum also, but why I'm not going for Scrum immediately? Because for the Scrum, everyone has to have a knowledge about how Agile works, how board, sprint, storage, Scrum Master, all these things he has to know. So let's start with the basic software development, and then in the phase 2,
Okay.
after this, we will go to the Scrum, where at least some build understanding will be there.
Thank you.
Yeah, so here we have a basic software development. I'll go with it, and let me tell you one more thing. Whether you try basic software development or Scrum or Kanban or task management, more or less the things are same. Only the view will change. Instead of if you do for the basic software development, you get a bugs, you get a task, you get all this stuff. In Scrum project development, you get a board, sprint, storage, same thing. So we will do that also. So let's go with the basic software development and click next. And now look at this. This is the workflow. Okay, this is the workflow. This workflow has been given by the Jira default. Let me tell you, anything you can modify if you don't like. So as of now, what they are saying, I'm recommending you to be workflow with start something with to do, in progress. After that you have to move in review and done. This is the workflow of all these tasks, which is starting bug, task, subtask, improvement, new feature, epic. Okay, so these are the issue type. This is the workflow which they are giving to you by default. You can modify issue type, you can modify workflow. Let me tell you can modify anything in Jira. It's very customizable. So click select. Now, what is your project name? So let's use this project name Softex. Okay, Softex, and this is the key which is important, and just submit. So I've created one project, basic software development in Jira, and my setup is being prepared. Okay, so now you see that this is the dashboard. Okay, this is the dashboard which you get it. You can see this is a little bit of the UI got changed from the last one. I can see this some of the things. So this is your dashboard. Here you can see create issues. What are you going to do? You are going to create issues. In the top navigation you can see dashboard, projects, issues, boards, and create. Okay, so in the dashboard, if you go, there's a view system dashboard and manage dashboard. So you can create n number of dashboard. Suppose you are the administrator, you want one dashboard for your your own task, but another dashboard for some admin activities and all. You can create all this dashboard and all. But right now I am not going here. But most important thing, so is a project. Look at this here. You have a created a project which is Softex. You have a 2 section or category, software and businesses, view all projects, import another projects, and you can create a project. So as of now I don't need it because anyways I have created a project which is called Softex. Inside these issues you can browse all the issues. So you can see this search, current search for the issues, import issues from the CSV file. You can see my open issues reported by me. All this is like a self-explanatory word, so there's no big deal in that. Here you can create a board. So boards we'll talk about later. Is for the basically it's something similar to agile board actually, but not in terms of terminologies, but in terms of moving the task and managing the task and things like that. And here you have a create button where you can create issues and task or whatever it is. So let's create one issues. Let's say creating issues like say my google.com is not working. This is the one issue has to be fixed. It's not working. Okay, and what exactly this is a new bug or exactly what exactly this is. So this is the quickest way to create one ticket. See, create issues, project name you have selected, issue type bugs. If you think it's not a bug, it's an improvement or task or new feature, you can do that. This is a summary. This is reported by me. Component as of now none because you have not set it up. And now description. Give the proper description. Okay, whenever I open the google.com, it's not working. And which is the priority? Of course it has to be highest priorities. You can again, I'm repeating this line. Whatever you don't like, you want to increase the number of issue type or customize it, you want to customize it priorities, you want to customize this one, everything it can be possible, everything can be customized. I put the highest environments where you are facing this environment, Windows, Linux, this scenario, that scenario, whatever it is. So whatever you like it, give the due date, so it should be fixed by tomorrow. Is it blocked to some other issues, blocked by cloned by duplicate, issues, and who's going to assign. So if you don't have assignee as of now, you can assign to automatic, and then you can assign to yourself also. As of now only one people is there, so that's the reason I'm seeing only one here. But if you have more people here, if you connect Jira with LDAP, you can see more people here also, so you can assign to anyone actually. Epic link and create. So now you can see that one ticket has been created, and look at this, you have an edit button, you can edit these issues, you can write a comment which is at the bottom section of it, you can assign to someone, you have a mode action here, agile board, rank to top, rank to bottom, voters, watchers, move, link, clone, labels, delete. So basically if you have this ticket, you want to clone it, you want to create a label, you want to link it, you want to move from the one project to another project, you want to delete this, everything is there. It's like most of the things are self-explanatory now. But if you have this ticket which is open, the key is sft-x. Okay, just give me 2 seconds. Let me just grab a water for a few seconds. Okay, so now you have this ticket which is assigned, which is an open. You see that open ticket. So now it is a type bug, priority highest. So I look at this as a like a person who's going to work on this, and I see that okay, this ticket is Google is not working. I need to fix this. What I'm going to do? So first thing you have to assign. So let's get assign. And I have only one user, so I'm going to assign. I'm assigning to myself. Okay, and then assign. Done. So the moment you assign, it's like a self tool, so nothing very complicated. The moment you assign, you see the assignee Rajesh Kumar here, who's reported by how many boards for this tickets. Boards means priorities and all, due date, created, updated. It's linked to the agile board also. That's the reason you see that lots of uh, agile terminologies is coming, like epic, which has come during the creating the issue type and all. So all these things are there, so if you need to understand a little bit of agile also for this, you can integrate the hit chat, which is another product of your class here. Okay, so now this is what, so you can create issues. Now I believe it's in progress. Everyone is audible, my voice is
Yes,
okay.
sometimes here and there, but it's okay.
Okay, Okay, so now this ticket is I have assigned in progress. Right now I'm working on this ticket, and then everything. So if you want to see this workflow in review, see this is the workflow I got it. To do, in progress, in review, done, and all stuff like that. But are you doing all this thing? Because this will be done by the who assign the tickets and all. Nothing great about it. You can learn yourself actually. Edit comments, all are self-explanatory. So what exactly we are learning here? Learning here. So basically we are learning. We'll be learning here to manage the Jira server. Manage the Jira server. So this will be done. This is the you created a ticket, you created a project, you created a ticket, someone is going to work on this, but where your work will be involved, where you are going to contribute to the Jira. So that is where I'm going to talk about it. So now you understood, like, this is not a great tool. You got a project, you got a issues, you're going to manage all these issues. Okay, so all these things you're going to do that, but you are going to do admin activities. So admin activities now I'm going to cover. Any questions so far?
Uh,
Uh, so Rajesh, just one question. So we have the IP address that is being shown, right? So if we want to mask a DNS, we need to use Route 53 or anything else or something?
Yeah, that is the different thing. So you have to give the host name, or some you can attach to the website name, domain name, intranet domain name. So many things you can do that.
Okay.
Rajesh,
Instead
is
of
it possible to create uh, team members over here in Jira instead of attaching with LDAP or something?
yes, very much. I will do that. I'll show you that one as part of that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. So this is just the view which you are seeing is for everyone, but you will get a special view, and that access will be. Can you see this one setting button here? This is called administrator, which is extreme right topmost corner. That button will be enabled only if you are administrator. If you're not administrator, you can see everything, but not the administrator. And under the administration, if you click, you can see that applications, projects, issues, add-ons, user management, latest upgrade reports, and system. Last two is just the information, but first five is the place where you do most of your work. So first thing which I'm going to try it out, user management, which is here. And what was the password? ADMIN123. Okay, so now it says, while doing the user management, they say first thing you configure your email server. Why I am not, why they are asking? Because the moment you create an account, that account will the Jira will trigger an email for that person for whom you are creating account. But as of now I don't have it. But if you want to set it up the mail server, you can click on the configure mail server, or there's a way to go under the system and go to this. See here, under the system tab you have so many option: system support, security, user interface, import and export, and mail. And this is where you're going to set the email. Outgoing you have to set the SMTP, incoming you have to set the POP, mail queue is just for the reference, how many mails are in queue, and like that. So if you want to set the outgoing email, click on this SMTP information. Here you can set up the configure new SMTP mail server. SMTP. So I'm sure you must be knowing about SMTP is a way method to send an email to the n number of users. So this is the way to set up. So if you don't have SMTP information, you can ask your organization to give it to you, and they will give it to you SMTP information, and you can configure it. So just you get the form and you get the name, description, from, email address, and then ultimately test the connection. So this will be self-explanatory. So the moment you set it up, your Jiras will be capable to send an email to the users for any actions, whatever happened, like creating the issue, assigning the issue, changing the workflows, updates, comments, and all this stuff like that. So you can do that. So we'll talk about the system in detail later upon the time, but I was doing the user management. So let's go back to that. Yeah, so I was doing the user management. So here, if you look at this, click on the user management. Here you see that left side you have users, groups. Okay, these are two things, but I want you to focus on one thing: user directories. So it's like this. Jira has been used by hundreds and thousands of people, and you will not like to add them one by one. You'll be probably hating that one. So what is the solution? So you can add the users directories here. Okay, so you see that add directory and how many it supports. Look at this list. It supports everything. Jira supports everything. Microsoft Active Directory. It supports LDAP. It supports internal with LDAP authentication. It also supports its own product from the Atlassian, which is Crowd, and it also supports another Atlassian Jira. That means you have a user database in another Atlassian Jira. It also supports. So basically, it supports everything. But most important, which supports like Microsoft Active Directory and LDAP. So basically, you can configure it. The moment you configure it, okay, all the users of your company or LDAP or Active Directory will be coming to the Jira, so you don't have to do anything. Okay, so this is important. So what you're going to do, you're going to talk to your IT team, and you're going to get the information about the Microsoft Active Directories or LDAP, and you set it up, test it, and you are done with it. That's all. This is the one-time activity. Everyone has to do that. As of now, it's using the internal database for the user. So now back to this users. Click on the users. Here you can create a users, invite a users. So if you invite the users, you need to have an email address, set it up. So anyways, I'm not bothered about it. So just create a user. Let's create a users, like email address is like, let's say Pradeep @ cde.com. Full name Pradeep. Username Pradeep. Password 12345. PRADEP 123. Okay, and application access, where you want to access, give the access. This is the Jira software and create account or create another. So you just created a account here. Now you'll get the automatically message like your account has been created with this so and so password and all this stuff like that. You can also, if you have users, you can also manage their you can delete this, you can change the rules, you can change the user groups and all. So this is the where you can create accounts. But creating account is okay, it is easy, but still it's not doable if you have thousands of users. It's best to go for the user directory. But what about giving the permission? Like this guy should be able to do this guy should be able to do that. So that can be done through the groups. What are you going to do? Go to the groups. Look at it here. You have two groups, which is default. You have got it. One is like a Jira software users. Another is Jira administrator. And the moment you see the Jira administrator, it has all the access. Admin and Jira software. Jira software. What exactly this admin and Jira softwares are? So these are the roles. These are the sort of group of privileges. So where can you see this admin and Jira software? Jira software. Okay, because this is a group name, but this is a roles. Where can you see it? But if you see that user management, that there's no privileges, there's no roles as of now. So where can you find it? So in order to see that what exactly it has in admin, what exactly it has in Jira software, you have to go to the system and click on the system. Okay, and go to the security. Here, look at this security, and here you have a project roles and global permission. Okay, this is what you want. Here you have a one role, one role, administrator, and global permissions. Look at this. These many global permissions you have it. Okay, permission, Jira software, administrator, create share object, da, 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 da. If you go down, there's one more things you see that. Let me check it. Uh, uh, okay, that issue, that option is revoked, I believe, in the latest one. Okay, no problem. So now, if you see that here, you have a users, you have a group users, and now you have a group. You have a group has a permission and like that. So now, remember, I had created one users which is called Pradeep. So what you are going to do, you're going to add to somewhere, right? So you're going to add it. So the moment you create this account, then that accounts got added to the Jira soft user by default. If you look at the user list, this is the user list. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to make the Pradeep administrator also. So what are you going to do? So you're going to click on the edit members. Look at this page here, bulk edit members, you got it. Now this is the group name, Jira administrator. This is the current group members administrator, which is me, and now I'm going to add members. Now this place is a little bit different. So what you have to do, you have to click on this icon, which you can see select a user. Okay, and now click on the Pradeep, click on the select, and the moment you see the select here, then you have to click add selected users. So this is a little bit different from the any other tools, but this is how it is. Now I added the Pradeep, and then now if you look at the group, two groups, Jira administrator and Jira software users has a two users. Okay, so like this you can create a users, like this you can create a group and add a members of it, and then you can do that. So in fact, if you want to create a group, let's create a group here. Very simple, all are self-explanatory. Add groups. I created a groups and you want to add edit members. Let's add it quickly. I'm doing it. Both of these, add selected and done. So now you are got the three groups. Each of these has the two users. Okay, and now one is admin with the admin privileges, the rest of this guy is having no privilege. Okay, so now this is the way we play with the users, this is the way we play with the groups, this is the play with the user directory. And user directories you can attach it like, let's say LDAP. Next you have to fill this form and test this connection, quick test, and then you're done. Okay, so where you can get this, all this information about LDAP and Microsoft Exchange and all, you'll get it from the IT team of your company, because they manage all this stuff. Okay, any question on the user management front?
No, thank you.
Okay, now I am going to introduce you system. It has a many options. Okay, so in the system, if you see that you have a system information, nothing great about it. You will find every information about your system, Jira, Java, variables, everything here. Look at this, the page is huge actually. It's all information is read only, you cannot modify, because it just give you the information about your system. Okay, everything. So why do you need this information? Because you're going to modify whenever you need it. Okay, so all this information, endless list of it. So system info. Now important things like database monitoring, these are the things is like very very less priorities, because you don't do monitoring through this tool. But this has the simple pages where you do the database monitoring. Everything is going green right now, your database is in a healthy state. So like this, integrity checkers will check whether your Jira is working fine or not. Any problem in your database, any problem in the configuration file, any system problem, any permission problems and all. So they will check it. You have to check all these options. whichever you want to check, and then do this you have to do once in a while, not every day. Logging and profile, where you can see the logs and profiling and stuff like that, not very important one for time being. This is the troubleshooting and support, where you can do the troubleshooting, but most of the time if your Jira is offline, you won't get this URL. It's just for the when the Jira is up and running. So when you do the troubleshooting, basically you go to the logs, read the logs, and then do the troubleshooting. So these are some of the options which not very friendly, very useful, but it's there. Under the security tab, this is the place where you're going to do many activities, and under the security you're going to create a roles. So if you look at this, here you have created one default role, administrator. So now you want to create a one more role, let's say moderators. Roles is like a, you're going to assign some permission. Okay, now you see that moderators has been created, roles and actions you can do, view, you can add the members and all stuff like that. So view uses, so nothing much, manage defaults, you can add the members. So I added the roles and then added the people. So you got the moderator, got the 2 members. Okay, so like this you can create a rules. Now global permission, this permission is applied everywhere, this permission. So what exactly, this permission has been created by like a Jira systems administrator. The moment you assign this permission, then the person will get every access. So where you can read it, look at this. Okay, you can Jira system administrator, browse user, these are the permission you have it. Now if you look at this, this permission got assigned to group name Jira administrator, but I created one group name, I think what was the group name, I forgot the name. Go to user management, group name, I created weekend. Weekend has 2 people. So I want the people who is from the weekend group, which is 2 people, should be getting the administrator access. So what I'm going to do? So click on the system, click on the global permission, and click on the add permission. Look at this here. What permission you want to add? Jira system administrator. To whom you want to add? I want to add the weekend, and click add. Now the moment you do that, this any people who is a part of the weekend, actually there's 2 people, will get the permission, which is administrator, system administrator. So go to the user management, click on the groups, and look at this weekend admin. So now this also got the admin privileges. So everyone got the admin privileges like this. So like this you can play with the security, project rule and project permission. Password policies. Password policy is very simple. Okay, you have a 4 option. You can see that disabled, basic, secured, and custom. So basically define like each user who's going to access on the Jira, what should be their password, what is the complexity of the password. So that is, you can do that. So very simple things, whether you should need a special character, you need a numbers, you need a word, what should be the minimum words, and all the stuff like that, you can set it up. You want the custom, you can go for the last one. If you want the recommended one from the Jira, then you can go for the basic or secure. As of now it's disabled, that's the reason I was able to create a password ADMION123. That was the very simplest one. Okay, now user session is like just for the information, how many users has logged into your Jira, just for the information. Okay, only 1 person. Okay, remember my login wish list and stuff like that. So here if you see that under the system tab, you have a few information about the system, few information about the security, and then you are going to look at this one most important thing, import and export. According to me, this is the one of the tasks which you have to do that. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I have a very simple, very small database. Why? Because I have created only one project, I have created only one issue. Okay, so if you want to take a backup, click on the backup, take a file name, let's say BACK backup 1, and click the backup. That's all. Your backup is ready. It took very less time because of you have a very damn small database. And where can you find this backup? This backup is backup1.zip. Now, for sake of something has happened and that ticket got destroyed or something has happened. So what are you going to do? You're going to restore it. So that file, you remember, this is the file. Okay, this is the file. And now you have to restore it. So click on the restore. And now you have to give the file name under this directory. So what is the file name? The file name is backup1.zip, and then you give it license if required, enable and restore. Very simple. It says could not find a file at this location. Let me see that why I did not find this file. Paths are different. Paths are same.
It looks like looking for import it instead of export.
Just a second. File name, you could not find a file at this location, var class and data. This file is there, no? Let me check.
The directory is export in your location actually.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay, thanks. Yeah, so this file is different, so you have to copy this file from here to here and then you can import it, so there is no problem there. Okay, very easy and self-service tools and all that thing. If you want to do the project import, like probably sometime what you have a CSV format and all, so you want to import something from the different Jira. Let's say you have a Jira, one in USA, one in India. So the project got migrated from USA to India. Now what are you going to do? So what you're going to do, you're going to you're going to import the project, and then after importing the project, you're going to use it here for uh, upload it, so that you can do also. Okay. Now email I have did talked about outgoing, incoming, mail queue, send emails and all that. Apart from that, there's few option, indexing, attachment and all these are no less important actually. So now we talked about the system. Now we talk about the user management. Now, one most important things which I'm going to cover right now is issues, and this is where you will be getting lots of requests. So like this, I'm becoming demanding now. Okay, so it's like this. What I want as a project manager, I don't like the default form. I don't like this default form. So when I click on the create button, because my engineers also click on the create button, instead of bugs, task, new feature, epic, improvement, I want one more thing which is called assignment. I want the issue type, the name of this thing should be assignment, which should be added here. So that is one of my requirement, it should be done. So if you get such kind of request, how can you do that? So for that kind of request, here you are doing the addition of your fields, or customizing the fields which is already existing. So what are you going to do? Remember your issue type bug. So now you have to go to the administrator, click on the issues and look at issue types. Here you have issue types. So these many issue types you have as of now: bug, epic, improvement, new feature, story, task and subtask. But let me show you this one, very important: related schemes. That means why this bug is coming to my creating issues for me. Why? Because of this schemas. SFTX is my project. SFTX is my project. So I assign bug should be displayed to my project. If you say bug should not be displayed to any other project, then it will not display. Simple. So how can you do that? So let me first thing, if you see the issue type, you should be there should be one more assignment. So I'm going to create one more issue type. How can you do that? Add issue type. Click on it and now I click on the assignment, and this is for demo, and this is the standard issue type added. Now you added, and now I just cancel this one, refresh this one, and click create. And do you have assignment? No, you don't have it. So what are you going to do? You are going to assign to the schemas, and as of now you see this particular type is not assigned to SFTS project. So what are you going to do about it? So for doing it, you have to go to the action, click edit. Okay, this change little bit have changed here, no problem. So you're going to do that. Next one, issue type schema. Look at this, issue type schema. Click on it, and now which is your project? So your project is SFTX. Here what you want to see? You want to see assignments. These are the things which is already there, but you want to see the assignment. So what are you going to do? Edit this, and look at this. You have a two which is available issue type, which is not assigned to SFTPC product. You don't have to do anything, just wherever you want to place. It's very simple, like just play with the mouse and save it. Done, right? So now if you look at this issue types, now assignments also got assigned to the schema which is called SFTX. And here also if you look at this, now SFTPS project, this is the default, this is SFTPS project, has these many issue types. Okay, now you just close, refresh here, and now you see that assignment has come here. Okay, so this is the way you can modify each option. You modify each issue type, and then you modify their schemas, and then this is how you can do that. Any questions so far?
Just wanted to check, does Jira have a provision to take these assignment or task or anything from the CIs or like from ServiceNow or anything like that?
Yes, you can do that. So it's an integration between the tools. So you can create a ticket based on the some build failure in Jenkins or build pass in Jenkins. So all these things you can do that. So there's a plugins in Jenkins which is called Jira. So Jira integration. So if you use that plugins, it will help you to, the moment build is failed, automatically it will create a ticket and assign to some groups or some users. That can be possible.
Okay.
Okay, so now you saw that it's very easy to modify the issue types also. So now you understand the under the issue tab, there's a issue type, so you can add many issue type for your project. You can assign to the schemas wherever you want. So as of now the view is very simple, but in the real time you might see 30 project, 40 project, different schemas and all. So you have to understand what is this, how can you go about it, and it's easy, but you need to have a right understanding about it. Okay, now you saw that there was one ticket, we modify it, but now what I want, my project management says, okay, see, I'm not happy with this form. Okay, the moment, let me click a create button. I'm not happy with the form because here I get a project, here I get a issue type, summary, reporter, component, description, fixed, So I'm not happy with this. I need one more field now. I need a field now, and the field should be released, because anyone who's creating a ticket or task or project or bug or assignment, he should relate to the some specific release, so it's easy to identify which one you are working on it, right? So this release is not there. You see that environments is there, fixed version. This can be used as a release, but as of now I want to add it one extra table, one extra field. So like this. So how can you do that? So just cancel, go to the issues, and this is done. Now go to the field here. Okay, here in this field you can add as many fields you wanted according to your needs. So if you click on the custom fields, look at this. Here you can modify the each existing field configuration, but here you're going to add the new fields. And now you see that these many fields are there, which is less actually, but you have to find more fields actually. So this some of the fields are locked. So I'm going to add a new field, add custom field. Now here it asks you what you want to add. You want to add checkboxes, deck picker, you want to add label, radio button, slash, select list, multiple choice, single choice. What exactly you want to add? So you have to decide. You have a hell lot of list here. You have to decide what is your need. So right now I will go with a single select list. Okay, and then next. Here what is a single select list name? So this should release. What is the description? This is for testing. And here you have to add option. So release 9.0, add 9.1, 9.2, 9.3, 8.0, like this. This is the release. Now you do this one, options, you have it, this many release and create it. But just by creating the field, you are not going to assign to that project. So next task, the moment you create a field which is under the custom fields, look at this. After the creating the fields, where you are, screens. Look at this. You are on screen. A screen is highlighted. So basically now what they are saying, you create a custom field, that is perfectly fine, but where you want to display, you have to keep it somewhere. So where you want to display, so you have to display to some screen. Now these are the only screen you have it right now. You because it's a fresh Jira, you don't have too many of the complexity and stuff like that. So these are the only screens which you have it. So where you want to send, so of course my project is SFTX, where you have a two screen, SFTS bug screen or default issue screen or default screen or resolve issue screens, whatever exactly. So I want to assign to this too and update. Remember, I had added one field which is called release, and earlier it was not there. Refresh it. Create. Do you have a release somewhere? See that? And you got it. So now you create a ticket. This time ctx.com is not working. Labels, original states, environment, Windows, Linux, whatever it is, and blocked by some other tools. No. And release 9.2. Now you created a ticket, another ticket. Here it is. So now if you see that release has come in this screen, can you see somewhere? Here it is. Okay, so this is the way you can add a fields, assign to the screens, and then you can play with it. So now we did talked about issue type. Now we did talk about the fields, and now we also did talked about the screens. Any questions so far?
No, negative.
Okay.
Rajesh, one question.
Yeah, please tell.
Actually, can we add that or the field? Actually, it has been added at the bottom of the form.
Okay.
Can we keep it in the top of the the coordinates can be?
Yes, you can do that very well. So where you have to do that? Anyone has a clue about this? Where can it be done?
Beside the project name?
It should be somewhere screen. Okay. So click on the screen. These are the screen you have it. Default screen, resolve issues screen, and SFTX screen, SFTVS. So there's a two screen actually. So now you have to configure. Click on the configure. Okay, edit. And look at this. You have a summary, issue type, reporter, component, da. So you want to push it up. So just click on this and push it up. Okay, that's all. You don't have to do anything else. Saved. Is that answer your question?
It's okay. Can we see it? Save it, and can
Yeah.
we just see the form?
I just go to the Jira, refresh it, create it. See here, earlier it was at the bottom section of the page. So everything is customizable, everything, just it's a fun using all the stuff, right? So we talked about the issue type, we talked about the screens, we talked about the fields. Screen is nothing but what you can see it. Fields is nothing but what you want to, what field you want to see in the each screen. Issue types, which you have already discussed. So these are the things. Any questions so far? Any questions so far? Binod, Pradeep?
No, nothing. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Pavan has asked a question.
One question.
Screen schema used for, so basically screen means screen, you see it, it's like a you want to visualize something. So what do you want to see? So if you click on screens, you see these many screens are there. That means the moment you click create issues, it has one screen. The moment you click on this ticket, this is another screen. So what do you want to see over there? If you don't want to see this all this button, you can disable it. So it's up to you. The moment you resolve something, you should see something else. So these are the screens you have it. So for the project which is called SFTX, we have a two screen. One is like a default issue screen and bug screen. So the bug screen will be whenever you create a screen, create a issues, and this will be after this default, this one. Okay. Yeah. What was the next question? Someone was asking some questions.
So just wanted to check. So we have a issue screen and we have a defect screen, right?
Yeah.
So we can integrate both too, right? So like I want to see my issues that I've got like 5 defects and all that thing on a single screen, right? So we have to create a third screen or something like that?
No. Screens are always associated with the projects. Okay. If you look at this, all the screens are always associated with the project. This is the unique key of your project. Okay. So if you have no project, this will be shown default. Okay. But every project by default, there's a screen gets created. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so now we talk about the issue types. Now we talk about the screen and fields. So now what do you want to do? Let me fix some bugs. So now I am going to fix this bug. So let me assign to myself, and this issue is already assigned, so it's not able to. Okay, so it's already assigned. Let's do the to do in progress, and after that in progress I'm working on it. After 2 days I said okay, I'm done, let's review. My team has reviewed and someone has created it, done. This is the workflow. Remember, this is the workflow. So what do you have? Workflow, to do, in progress, in review, done. But my manager say no, something is missing, it's a very flat, to do, in progress, in review, done. I want to add workflow in between. There should be one hold or something, or on hold or something. So how can you modify the workflow? So for the workflow, again you have to come to the issues tab and click on this workflow. Here, look at this workflow and click on it. Okay, and here if you see, this one workflow has been created for me with the introduction of the project, and that is called SFTPX. Okay, so you have to modify, and it has a 4 steps. You want to modify, let's do that. So click edit. Okay, and this will take a little bit of time because it's a draft diagram and all. It will take, see that. So it has a to do, after that it got in progress, after that in review, after that done. So what I want to add one more in between. Before the done, I want one more, which is called on hold. So I click on the add status, okay, and the status is, let's say, uh, you can add, there's a three which is not used: open, reopen, resolve. But if you want to add new one, you can add a new one by typing it, okay. And this is a little bit change actually. On hold, just on hold, keep it, and then click add it, okay. So I'm just adding it. Okay, here on hold it's been new, so it's creating here. This is the description, and the category, it should be after uh, after in progress, okay. So you have to read it a little bit here. See that issue move from the to do in progress when da 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 da. Allow all is status transition to this one. Done. So now I just put it here on hold. Okay, now I just did it automatically, it got saved, and now you have to publish it. Do you want to back up the old workflow? No, I don't care about, but you should take a backup, okay, every time. But if you want to take a backup, let's take a backup. Publish. I just published. Now you have a to do, in progress, in review, on hold, done. And now refresh it. Do you have any open ticket? No ticket. Let's create a quickly one. We can welcome to SCM Galaxy Task 1. I created, and now one ticket has been created. And now you have a to do, in progress, in review, done, and on hold. So all these things you can modify easily in the Jira. Everything is customizable. So basically you can add the workflow, edit button, and you can add the status, you can add the transitions, you can add using the diagram, you can add using the text also. This is the text based. You can do all this stuff, and you have to learn. So a little bit of the learning, I believe here you have it. But what exactly? These are the click based learning. That means you have to click and see that what is happening. So these are the things. So discard. Any questions so far on this workflows? Yeah, so the email is sent by default actually. So the moment the any status gets changed, any people who's into your watcher list, they will get the email. So by default, if you create a ticket, or by default you start working on it, you will become a default watchers, and after that any other people also can watch this, okay. So these people will get the notification triggered automatically. But can you modify this trigger automatically which is generated? Yes, you can do that. So go to the system settings, systems, okay, and see that somewhere the no just a second, webhooks, send mail, not this. Where is that? 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 General configuration. Do you see this somewhere template modifier? Just a second. Indexing. That issues that has been removed, I guess. Let me just check. Jira modify the email notification. Do you see notification somewhere? Here, notification help. So this is the place where you can do that. Issue, all this thing, but I'm looking for the customizable option. Just a second. So you have to go to the this is the one I was looking. So user management, user preference. So they have moved it this far. So user management and user preference. Where is that? It says Jira administration, user management, user preference. Do you see user preference somewhere? Okay, this the chain, this is the different notification. I'm looking for this one, email HTML formatting. Says user management, user preference. So user management. Okay, so this the documentation is outdated. This should be somewhere else. Let me look at it. I believe it should be in system only. It's here. So default user preferences. No, that's not the one actually. Should be okay. I'll find this option and then let you know. They have moved these options actually. It was here in the templating actually. Okay, so any other questions?
Just one. I might have missed something, but is there like how to make a particular fields mandatory on the
Yeah, so in that
make
each
that
field,
expensive?
yeah, so if you go to the issues, if you go to the fields, where is the fields, which is here, sorry, field configuration, and now if you look at, these are the fields which you have it here. So now you want to see some of these fields are mandatory. So let's say assignee. Let me look at this, which is not mandatory, or let me use that R release one. It should be mandatory. So as of now, is it mandatory? See this. Release, where is the release? Here. This is not mandatory. You see this asterisk sign is not there, and you see that summary has a, reporter has a, project has a. So now you go to the release. Where is that? Here. Edit and click on required. Okay, and now done. Now click refresh, create. See here. Got it?
Yes.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Yeah, so all these things are self-service. You need to know where to hit it. And one more thing, each release, so whatever you are saying, this is one of the most recent release. Probably that Jira, what you might be using, which will be little bit older, let's say 1 year or 2 years older. So you don't have to worry about, like, you must be getting confused, like, okay, I saw that different UI, I got the different UI. The more or less layouts are same. Sometimes they move one option to another place, so if you spend a little bit of time, you'll find that options also. Okay, So now we talked about the issue types, workflows, screens, and fields. These are the most important one. Right now, it's I think here notification schemes. Let me check this one. See here, this is the place where you modify this notification. So basically events, this is the important one which you were asking. Each events, it create a notification events basically, and it send an email to everyone. So who's going to receive this email? See that current assignee, reporter, all watchers. So by default you have it everything until you modify saying that okay, the moment any issues get created, my project management should be notified. So create a group and add it here in terms of action. So you can do also that. So you can manage your notifications here also. So now we talked about the user management. Now we talk about the systems. Now we talk about the issues. Now let me talk about the projects. Okay, projects is nothing but the place where you can manage the project. Basically, you can create a project, edit the project, and delete the project. That is the all. But if you want to have, if you have a large number of project, you can manage the project under the project categories also. But this is a not used functionality, not much friendly also. Okay, so project list you can edit. So I have created one project SFTX. You can edit, and whatever you want to edit, just do that and then save it. If you want to create a new project, you can create a project from here. Just create a project, select the Scrum software development. This time I'm selecting the Scrum software development, and next, and this is the same flow which you know that I told you everything is same. So you are getting the default workflow. Select, this is a Scrum, submit.
Rajesh, can we at this stage edit the workflow at this stage?
No, you cannot.
Okay.
This is the template which they are giving to you. After that, you have to edit the workflow.
All right. Okay.
Yeah. So see this earlier the project which you were using that was SFTPX, which was the dashboards were little bit different. Here you are managing the task. So here you see you have a task 1, 2, all these things is there. But if you look at this here Scrum one, that this is the one. See this dashboard got changed. What exactly has happened? So basically this is the way we work on it. Okay, so I don't know how many of you are familiar with the agile and all, but typically I'm not going to get into depth of into this, but it's like this. We create a backlog. Backlog is nothing but the tasks. Okay, and then we put it the multiple backlog. Let me create a task. I'm giving you the parallel line. Okay, parallel line. So you have a tasks. Here you have a backlog. Simple. Terminologies are changed actually. Okay. Now multiple backlog they convert into one sprints. SPRINC. Sprints can be of 2 weeks, 3 weeks, depends on the project, depends on the company, or depends on the Scrum Master. Okay, and then sprints has the deadline, and then each ticket has a state like start or in progress. Okay, in progress, start, no, complete, on hold, like this. It's just like the one which you have it completed, done, all this thing. This is the workflow. Okay, so each sprint will be having the this stages. So now if you see that you have a backlog 0, so what are you going to do about it? So you're going to create a backlog. So let's create a issues. Quickly I'm doing it. Okay, let's backlog 1. Let's give the right name, that's better. Okay, and create. I created backlog 1. I just blindly creating it. Backlog 2. I created. Now see, the moment you are here, automatically it's creating under the Scrum 1. So by default you got the Jira has given you one default Scrum. Underneath you are putting the 2 backlogs. Backlog means task. Okay, now here if you want to create another scrum, so this will be done by the scrum master, you don't have to worry about. So there's a multiple role in the agile team itself, so they will go and create a, okay, sprint 1, sprint 2. So here I created a sprint 1 now, and here I am creating the sprint 2. So now sprint 1, create sprint 2. So now I've created, see, sprint 1 and sprint 2. So now what I want, this is the backlog. So scrum 1, scrum 2 is a part of the scrum 1 as of now. So what I will do, I'll move 1 to this sprint, move to 1 to this sprint. So now I got it, 2 sprint. So now each sprint has a duration. Okay, duration is like 1 week or 2 weeks or something like that. Okay, so now what do you do? Every time you have to work only on the one sprint actually, so you cannot work in the 2 sprint parallelly. Okay, so this is for the sprint 2. Let's make it sprint 4 actually, 3 4, because in 1 month you have 4 weeks. I practice 2 weeks per sprint. What about others? Like you guys can want to share how
Yeah,
many sprints you?
2 weeks is all good.
Yeah, so 2 weeks. So let it be 2 sprints itself. So you have a sprint 1, sprint 2, and now you have to start one sprint. So let's start it, and I'm starting it, and this is the 2 weeks. Start date, end date, automatically it's selected, depends on the weeks actually, and you write the goals. This will be done by the scrum master, you don't have to worry, but you need to learn actually platform. So I'm just starting this. Now see, the moment I started, the dashboard got changed, and this is the same dashboard you might have seen in your project. They must be having one big dashboard, yellow stickers and all stuff like that. Okay, so now in this you have a one ticket which is called scrum 2, and let me go here, let me go to the dashboard and add few more backlogs. Okay, so let me add few more backlogs. Backlog 3. Okay, and adding it, and add one more, last one, backlog 4, because I need more data for the visualization. And I'm moving this scrum 3 to sprint 1, confirm this one to confirm. So now I have a sprint 1 which has got what is it, 3 tickets. So now active screen, this is the dashboard. Now you got the 3 tickets. So now I'm acting like a scrum master, and I'm going to ask you, okay dude, what is the status on the scrum backlog 4? What is the status on the backlog 3? And you tell me. So someone say, okay, I'm working on it, it's in progress. Someone say, no, I have completed this, then move, done. Very simple. Okay, so this to do, in progress, and done is a workflow. You can modify this workflow, depends on your requirement. Okay, so
Can you, sorry, Rajesh, can you just add one more workflow? Let's say whatever you want, completed or whatever you want,
yeah,
hold or whatever, please.
yeah. So remember, you have to go where? You have to go to the administration. You have to go to the issues. You have to go to the workflows, which is here. Click on the workflows, and you have to click on this, and which is the project which you have, this is the project you have it. Click on the edit button. Okay, now what you want to do, you want to edit, so it will take few seconds to load it. This is the text view. You want diagram view, which will be much more good in terms of visualization. Let me click on it. You want the diagram view. Okay, now this is the default workflow. Now you want to add something else? Yes, here. Let's add status, and let me put it closed one. And I forgot to put the all actually. Okay, so no problem. Closed category done. Okay, let it be. Okay, now I just publish it, and you want to take a backup. You should take a backup always whenever you modify the workflow. This is the best practices. Now what I'm doing right now, I go to my projects. I go to my Scrum and see how many you have it. So, okay, one thing I missed it. Do you remember what did I missed it? I missed the schema actually. Schema, no, it's there. Let me try to edit. I have to modify because this is not properly done. Just a second, let me modify. All. Now it will be done. Okay, publish. Yes, publish. Now go to the project, Scrum. There should be. Let me close this sprint. Probably it's showing you after this. Okay, and this sprint I'm closing. Complete sprint. Okay, now I'm starting the new sprint. This is not come here. To do in progress, done. Just a second, let me check. Start sprint. Okay, let me modify one more time. Issues, workflows, Scrum, edit, edit, in progress, save. I spoil this, I guess. Discord. Okay. It's coming. Okay, so here in this place, if you see that here it's not coming because of one view I have to change. But if you look at this view workflow, now if you see that close is coming. Okay, so that is the same way you have to modify. Now the question is, how can you add here? That was the question, right, Pradeep?
Yes, that's correct. That's correct.
Yeah, so let me see the screen. Everything is hidden in the screen. Issues, workflows. Where's the screens? Here it is. And where's this? Which is the screen? You see the Scrum, bug
Yeah.
screening, and default screening. So now you have to configure this one. So let me see this one, and here it's not there. should be some screen actually. We have to locate that which screen you have it. So progress done. They change the UI actually. Column, yep, here it is. So now if you see that, okay, let me show you. So here if you go to the Scrum, okay, now to do in progress done, so you have to click on the board, click on the configure, okay, and then after that if you click on the columns which is here, click on this column, and now you see this to do in progress done. So you want the more status here, you can do that status here, add status, closed. Now where's that? Okay, and save. Now you go back to the project Scrum. No, it's not coming actually. That's a way, but we'll have to just check just again. Hold on. Columns in progress.
Can try that add column on the right hand side.
Oh, okay. Sorry, yeah. So this is done, this is closed, and this is a good. Now I go back, Scrum, here it is. So this is the way you can modify.
So it was add column, is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can move here, you can move here, like this. It's very easy to just drag and drop. Probably which version, if you're using 6, this option is not there. So be mindful about it. In the 6, there is an option which is in the screen itself.
Okay.
Okay, so now we talked about under the administration section, we talk about the project, we talked about issues, we talk about the user management, we talk about the system. Now let me talk about the application and add-ons. Okay, so click on the applications. Application is for me it's not very exciting because there is a one reason. Atlassian is having lots of application, like here application is nothing but application which you can develop or application which Atlassian has it. So Jira is supported actually, so you can write your own application, small application like and you can integrate it. So that is the that is possible. Just give me 2 seconds, please. So you can develop your own applications also. And if you develop, there's a hell lot of documentation is there for the programmers. How can you use and develop application using Java, and then how can you upload it? So you can upload your application here also. So that is possible. That's out of our scope, but again, if someone develops your application or you find some application on the github.com, then you can upload from this place. Okay, so but what I'm trying to cover here is like Atlassian. Jira has been developed by Atlassian. They do have so many other applications also, like they have a hip chat which you can integrate for the chatting functionality. They have a Bamboo, which is something similar to Jenkins. They have a Fisheye, which is something similar to indexing software. They have they don't have a Perforce, but probably they have a tie up with the Perforce company, so they have added the Perforce application here. Okay, but here what I want to show you, that is the integration between the Git and Jira. So it's like this, very typical scenario and very popular. The moment any bugs is getting fixed, any bugs is getting fixed in is getting fixed in Git, it should be updated the Jira also. Jira update should happen automatically. So how can you enable it? So that I will show you via this platform. So now if you see that here, there is one option which is called DVCS account. Let me tell you, this option many times people remove it, like many times the Jira removes it. Okay, so in the last version, I remember 6.9 I was using it, DVCS was not there, but older revision again DVCS is there. So I don't know what decision they make it to, sometime enable it, sometime disable it and all, but as of now this option is there. So this option is, if you do not find this option, then what are you going to do about it? Then we're going to play with the add-ons. I will talk about the add-ons next topic. But for time being, let's talk about the DVCS account. DVCS is like a distributed version control system account. That means you can integrate the Jira, Git, you can integrate the Bitbucket and all the stuff like that. See that here? Bitbucket Cloud or GitHub. Okay, so using that you can integrate the Bitbucket or GitHub. Okay, but if you are using none of these, then what are you going to do? Remember, Bitbucket Cloud is a different software than Bitbucket. You always remember, Bitbucket is a hosted solution, that means behind your firewall. Bitbucket Cloud is a cloud solution which they are managing. You are just creating a repository by buying that one. Okay, and GitHub, you know that, right? There's a place which is public repository for the Git source code and all. So now if you want to integrate with a GitHub, then what are you going to do about it? So click on the link Bitbucket Cloud or GitHub account, and here what you want to use: Bitbucket Cloud, GitHub Enterprise. So I'm using GitHub. What is my user account? My user account is SCM Galaxy. What is my client ID? So where you get this client ID and client secret? So you have to go to the github.com. Click on it. And here under the user section, you get the setting. Under the setting, you get the application, developer setting. Here, new OAuth app. You create weekend. And what's the URL? Registered application. Okay, now I created a application. So what I got? Client ID. So client ID will go to here. Here, and client secret will come here. That's all. Now what will happen, by giving this username, GitHub is like a fixed URL, github.com. This is my account name, this is the client ID and client secret. That means my Jira will be able to access GitHub without having any permission issues using this. Okay, so that's where you can do that here in OAuth apps developer settings. Okay, so be mindful about it. Okay, add. Now it's connecting to GitHub account. Now it's saying, are you authorizing it? Yes, I authorize it. Asking for the GitHub password, I give it. And now it's linking new account. So my Jira is able to link to the GitHub account. It will take few seconds. Meanwhile, you can ask any questions if you have it.
So, does this work fine for the enterprise GitHub accounts too, or just for the public ones?
No. It works with the enterprise one also. So for that, I will come to the add-on section. I will tell you. I am not gone to the topics. You can attach SVN, Git, Perforce, Enterprise, GitLab, ClearCase, anything with Jira. There is no problem in it. But you have a process to be followed.
Okay, so if Jira is like, okay, got it. Okay. Thanks.
Some of the application they have given inbuilt. Some of the things we have to acquire it. That's the only difference. Let it happen.
Rajesh, suppose a user wants to create an issue, in the sense like he is feeling something is not right with the Jira itself. Then how can he create a ticket for that? Hello?
Sorry, I missed your question. What was that?
Suppose a user feels something is wrong, and he want to create a ticket for the Jira itself. Suppose something he wanted to create, but he is not finding the right option to do so. So at that time, he want to inform the administrator. So the best possible way is to create the ticket itself, right? In the
Yes.
Jira,
Yeah.
how we can create?
How can you create what exactly?
See, an issue. The Jira is a software which will have issue with itself, right?
Right.
I mean, some issue may be there. So at that time, how do we create, or how do we post that information? I mean, how does the workflow goes?
Okay, so basically what happens, everyone will get access to create option. Okay, everyone. Okay, anyone can raise any request and assign to the project coordinator will get it, so he can assign to some individual, or maybe some rules can be set, like by default this guy should be assigned with all tickets and all kind of things, or maybe every ticket should be unassigned and you go and take your own ticket and start working on it. So depends on the organization. Basically the ultimate thing is like there's a due date, so you have to work on by the due dates actually.
Okay, and see, this I understand, like it's a trial version, but in an enterprise version, what will be the setup? Like this server, they have to
100%
make
same.
it as a
100% same.
no. I mean to say, this server should be available for me to create a ticket. And in an enterprise version, if we take, is there any like they will install this in a highly available environment or something like that? Is there any setup they will do, or is there any licensing they have to take to set up those servers
No, so
in-house?
in the Jira, we don't have any as such concept. Actually, the one which we are trying right now as part of the trial version, it is an enterprise version. They say like they are giving you all the features available for 30 days to just to try it out.
Yeah, understood. But problem, see, I'm trying to understand from the data center perspective of
Okay, okay, okay.
in the sense that
Yeah, in that case,
everything will be local.
remember there was two application. If you try for the your company, then that is for the Jira server. But if you're trying for the data center perspective, you need a backup, high availability, restored process, zero
Okay.
downtime, all this time. Then you have to go to the another software which has a multiple application which is called Jira with a data center. During the download, you might have
Okay.
seen that.
Oh, okay. Okay. Got it.
Got it?
Thanks.
Okay. So now you saw that it's got integrated, and now all of my repository, I have around 180 repository in my GitHub. All this repository you got added actually. Okay. So now you see that all these things got added. Everything is okay. Now it's connected and it's reading. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to fix some bugs. So what I'm going to do, uh, I go to the issues, click on the issues and current search, and who's I don't have any issues assigned basically, so I have to create some issues for myself. Oh no, two issues are there. Refresh was the problem. So I am going to work on SFTX2. So now I'm acting like a developer who has got the issues like, okay, cts.com is not working at all. So I go to these issues and I say, okay, let me work on it, and assign to myself, and then I'm working on it, and I got into details. Okay, fine, cool, everything is okay. And I found this, in order to work on this I have to modify this source code. Okay, so I just do online modification. You can do the command line also, and if you have gone through my git training, you might have uh, done it, right? So it's just the online things I'm doing, but the important things, how do my Jira will come to know like you are fixing for the SFTX2. That's the key. This is the you are fixing for this. So basically you have integrated. Now every time you commit, you have to give this ID. This is a unique ID and working now. Okay, give this particular unique ID. So now and save and commit. Now if you look at this ID, there is one tab which is called developer, which is not there. Actually it's not there. Look at this, dates are there, people are there. Let me open up in the full view. See that agile is there. See, development has come because it got refreshed right now. Earlier it was not there. So how come? And now you see this as part of this ticket, there's one commit is there. What is this commit? Who has done it? Let me click on this. Okay, commit ID, this one, this is the one. Who has made it? This SCM Galaxy has made it. What was the commit made? Click on it. Okay, probably this guy has added this mini code in order to fix that. So it's so explanatory, so self-driven. Now you can get it comments, work logs, history, everything is see. Here you got created issues, made changes as part of the some development activity which is going on. So here you modify this file. This is the assignment. All these things you can keep track of it. You can see this view in Agile board also. So let me open up the new. Here it is. There's no board assigned as of now. This is the project which I am using, older project, so there's no assignment for this. So like this you can also integrate the applications, DVCS, anything as such, and use it. So now you can link it. It's got linked and you can track it off. Any questions so far?
No, going good.
Okay, so one section which is we have not covered. If you look at the other section, like you can integrate Perforce, Fisheye, Bamboos, which is like a Atlassian project. HipChat is a Atlassian project. Devious I showed you. Application link. Application link is like if you have some application which you are having third-party application and you are exposing that application, so you can enroll the applications here. Most of the time you don't need it for time being, but if you want to do that, you can do that. Jira software configurations.
Rajesh, one query here. See, hello,
Yeah, tell me please.
Rajesh Reddy here. See, I have a query. Like, let us say, like we have a Jira in our environment, and I just want to update the Jira without, through a shell script. Suppose something got fixed. I don't want to go to this particular menu and do the updation as such, like that. I have all the credential detail with me.
Yeah.
Can I post all those information offline, in the sense, instead of me doing the update, let the script do the update for me?
Yes, yes,
In that
yes.
case, what should be the what should be the workflow? Like in a script, what are the things I need to take care so that it will push all those details into the Jira?
See, basically, what is happening? I'll tell you one thing. The front end which you are seeing, you don't need at all. Okay, what is happening? You have a ticket and you can modify using any way. Jenkins can modify this ticket status, can close, open, reopen, in progress. Eclipse can also do that. So if you are a developer, you are using Eclipse, you can do from the Eclipse also. There's a plugins available. You can do through the Jenkins also. Jenkins plugin for the Jira, I'll show you. Jenkins plugins for Jira. You have to integrate, you have to see, this is the plugin. Okay, so everything can be integrated with everything, for in my opinion. If some of the options are not there, you can develop your own application and do the integration part of it. So basically it's like this. Jenkins should be having the, see what Git has done. Git and Jira has done. So in the Jira, I have given the access of Git. Similarly, in the Eclipse, you have to give the access of Jira. Jenkins, you have to give the access of the Jira. How can you get the access of Jira? Same user ID and password, and you can go to the profile. Here, you get all this user ID, password, all this stuff. You can get it here. Okay. See here. If
Yeah,
you want,
that
if
is
you
fine.
want
You see,
to,
these are all well-fledged tools, in a sense, like if you take Jenkins and Jira, so all are having plugin concepts. But
yeah, all
I'm
are plugins.
telling about a script, basic shell script, for example.
So
That
that,
how it can communicate to the. I mean, I
yeah,
know
got it.
it is
Yeah,
difficult.
got it.
I know it is difficult, but is there any what are the things we need to take care? I'm just thinking in
Nothing,
that
just
front.
URL of your Jira. You auth. See, let me show you this auth. There's a tool,
Okay,
view
okay,
auth access token. Just you need a token. No
okay,
application are using
okay,
your account to access the Jira. So you need a user ID, password.
okay,
That's all. Three information.
okay,
Now you must be wondering like
okay.
how can you do that? So in the Google also you'll find hundreds of application. But let me show you some of mine actually. Uh, Workspace. Uh, I have to search actually. I have hundreds of scripts. I'll just give me 2 seconds.
Yeah, fine.
Mishra software weekend. Actually, I used to use those stuff earlier, 5 6 years before, but nowadays it's not needed because most of the places you got the plugins, add-ons that is easy to configure actually.
I just wanted to understand because
Yeah, yeah, I
it will
understand.
not be exposed in all the environment, right? Like we should be flexible enough to address that without those tools also.
Yeah, yeah,
In the sense like every time we need not have to rely on all the proprietary tools.
yeah.
So
Right.
we should be able to update Jira from our local tools, whatever we
Huh.
have got.
See
That
this.
was my concern.
This is the Jira tools which I have written. These are the purpose Jira tools.
Okay.
So here you have a, this is a Perl script, okay? Jira add comments, Jira create a ticket, Jira list my ticket. So let me show you the created ticket through Jira. So what do you do? Sorry, this is a
Is that
public.
this scripting is also part of your repository, GitHub repository?
No. This is a proprietary script actually, but this script you will easily find on the Google actually. Not difficult to. Like,
Oh,
let me
okay.
show you rather
Okay.
than, because this is the company script, so I don't want to misuse for that. But I'll show you this. Create a shell script for creating a ticket. Creating
Oh,
a
okay.
Jira
Okay.
ticket. Very simple. All these scripts are there. In fact, if you want specific things, you just send me an email. I will copy paste some of my solution and
Okay.
remove the some of the I mean authentication informations and all, and I'll put it.
Yeah,
See,
that is great. I was just looking out for custom made
yeah.
scripts
See
only.
here you have a Python
I'll
script
just
to
get in
create.
touch with you.
Yeah, Python script, shell script. Here you have a shell script. So there's a hell lot of solutions for that, and in Google you find actually. See here, this is the
Okay.
Python script which you can use it to create a ticket in Jira. So what you have to modify? Only you have to modify. Remember this four information. See, you have
Okay.
to put the
Okay.
server address, username, password, project, and task. That's all.
Okay. Okay, buddy. Cool.
Okay. Okay, fine. So now one thing which is pending, which is last, which is add-ons. So in the add-on section, it is like this. Let's say Jira is not is able to fulfill all of your desire. Maybe you need something else. Maybe you need, as you said, like you need some customizations and all. Okay, you want to integrate some tools which Jira is not supporting. So in that case, what are you going to do about it? That is where you're going to use the add-ons. So let me tell you add-ons, extensions, plugins, components, modules. These all are similar synonyms actually. So you can extend the functionality of the Jira using the add-ons. So if we click on the add-ons, you have a hell lot of add-ons which you can see that. Okay, most of the add-ons are paid. Let me tell you, there are very few add-ons which you can find free of cost. For example, Zendesk support for Jira. That means if you want to integrate with the Zendesk, you can get this free. If you want to integrate the X Matter, I don't know what is the X Matter to be honest, but it is a free. But most of them are add-ons are paid. That means you have to buy it. Okay, so photo share, portfolio for Jira, Glyphy, risk register, refine, big Gantt, automation for Jira. I don't know, man. There's so many things which you can get it, these add-ons based upon your requirement. Okay, so how can you do that? Simply, as of now, let's me try the free one, because for the trial you have to register this, that, and all kind of things. So I'll go with the free. Now I want to install this one. Just click on the install. That's all. After that, you have to, after in the installation, you have to configure it, whatever so different tool, different configuration boxes and stuff like that. So it's getting installed. Now you have to manage. Click here, click manage, and in the manage, probably you'll get the configuration button. That's all. So each of these add-ons is just like that. So you can upload, if you develop your own add-ons, you can upload it. You can build a new application. They have a hell lot of materials for that to do the programming and all sort of things. These are the user installed add-ons which you got it by default by the Jira. But now I installed Zendesk support for Jira. So now you have to configure it. So probably you have to give the Zendesk. Zendesk is another desktop support tool actually. So probably you have to give some Zendesk IP address. Yeah, this all this stuff. So like this. Okay, so like this, you can extend the functionality of the Jira. So let me do the little bit of the recap before going to the final Q&A. So Jira is nothing but a place where you can do the manage the task, project, feature, bugs, agile, Kanban, anything you can manage. It's a very self-driven tool. Important things, these are the dashboard, project, issues, browsing the issues like open issues, closed issues, assigned to someone, all these things you can get it here, boards, creating the tickets and all. But most important thing is like this one under the administration section, where you have application, project, issues, add-ons, user management, and systems. Okay, so all these things is important. This is where you're going to make an impact actually. So what I'm going to ask you, you're going to try it all these options, and most of the things is like a not step-by-step guide, because if you refer the step-by-step guide, probably you spend years of time frame to learn this tool. So the best way to learn, just click on it, do the mistake, revert it, again keep on trying and stuff like that, and everything is all about that way, because this is a self tool. Okay, now you can ask any questions. I would love to answer any questions, whatever.
Rajesh, on request, please grant access today itself. No,
Yeah, I'll
that's
do
it.
that. Okay,
It's
I'll
not
grant the access.
open,
This
not able to
recordings
see.
I'll upload after some time, and I'll grant all the access.
Yeah,
Rajesh,
Rajesh.
The previous session.
sorry, go ahead, please.
No, go ahead, please.
The previous session I was talking about, because once we have 3 or 4 days.
No, definitely. I'm going to do that everything after this training. So by 2 o'clock afternoon, you should be getting everything in place.
Yeah,
Actually, to process this video, I need at least 2 to 3 hours, because go to meeting takes lots of hours to process this video. So I have to process it and then upload it. And after that, I'll also assign access to the previous videos also. Okay, so if you want to see that devopsschools.com, you have a hell lot of materials for it. So you go to the tutorials. Okay, click on the Jira. You refer it all this PDF file, HTML references, notes, Jira installations guide. If you go to the video section here, you have Jira, which is where is that? Here. So you have 3 videos on Jira. So Jira fundamental using Docker, Jira fundamental, Jira essential. I'm going to upload this one also. And if you have a quizzes also, if you want to test your skills, you have a Jira quizzes also. So you can, what happened? So open quizzes. It's a little bit slow here actually. So look for the Jira, must be here. Okay, so 2 or 3 quiz must be here actually. So just test your skills and like that. Yeah, someone was asking some more questions. What was that?
Yeah, Rajesh, I wanted to see how to make the graphs, those velocity charts and all that. Is it possible?
Yes. So actually for this you need add-ons actually. So can you tell me exactly what is your requirements accordingly?
No, it's in the Scrum. It should be in the Scrum. I don't think we need add-ons for that.
Which graph?
Because
Like
by default, they will give you all that. But I don't know how to do it.
no, tell me your requirements. So accordingly I will.
I don't know what the requirements are. That as you have a velocity during a sprint, and the velocities had to be graphs have to be made on different sprints, whether velocity is going down or going up or that sort of thing. Yeah.
Okay, just a second. Let me show that.
I could be that number 3 or number 4 on the left hand side.
Reports. This is
reports. Maybe reports.
Reports.
Because maybe it would come on the reports.
Yeah. Because reports are different and graphs are different. So if you want the graph, you go to the add-ons, and in the add-ons you have a few graphs actually. So you can install this graph here.
Okay.
So you can get the graphs also. See here, these are the solution for the graphs. Okay. A lot of graphs are there.
Okay.
So you can try it out, but yeah, reports are there. The report says for not for the Scrum only. For every things you do, you can generate a report. So let me show you one of them.
All right.
So here if you see that reports, you have a agile burn down chart, sprint chart.
This one. Yeah. This is the one.
Yeah.
So, this is the one.
velocity chart. Yeah. So these are the just click on it. You give the feed the data. We have a very less information actually for this, so you won't get it too much.
No, that's okay.
So now we have only this is the velocity chart, and after that you have to. The informations are not there. I wish we could have a more information. Okay. Just a second. Switch. I'm looking for the export options. Sending an email or not. Okay, so data is not there, but what is the problem here you are finding? Are you there?
Yeah, I'm there. I'm here.
Yeah. So what is the problem you are finding in this? Because I don't see any problem. Just click
that's
on
okay.
this.
No, that's okay. Just wanted to know where it is. I found where it is, so I'm okay. I'll do the R&D now.
Yeah. Any other questions? Avi, Hari, Kumar, Pradeep, Srini, Vani.
No, I'm good. This is Abhi here. So, yeah, I just wanted to check the videos and I would try hands-on. Something that I would definitely.
Okay. Okay, fine. So I'm going to take it to the wrap up this session. So, and one more sessions I'll be having in Jira, which will be like a wrap up kind of session. Like that means in that I'll be answering all of your questions. So basically that will be meant for only for Pradeep. So if anyone else also would like to join, that's not a problem for me. So Pradeep, can you send me the list of questions? What exactly specifically you needed for your job to perform? So we will do that session probably for one more hour.
I'll do that.
I will do that. Yep.
Thank you.
Please be kind enough to like it, and you can comment any of your doubts and queries. We will reply to them at the earliest. Want to study further? Subscribe to our paid membership to get a deep dive into each and every topic. Do look out for more videos in our playlist and subscribe to our DevOps School channel and hit the bell icon to learn more. Keep learning.